Hello, beautiful people. Thank you once again for joining Empowerment Network. And this evening, Andy and myself will still strongly believe that OnPassive is unstoppable. Welcome, Andy.
Hi, everyone.
Yay. Beautiful Monday. So just go ahead, Andy, and let's see what we have to say about OnPassive being unstoppable.
Well, I want to take it to the business side of things for a minute, and just give you some background about, or go back a bit as to what they've been doing and why they've been doing what they've been doing. Obviously, we were part of the police summit recently in Dubai, and we've also got floors in the Burj Khalifa 134 and 151. We've got an office in the Dubai Internet City, the station. We've got offices in Abu Dhabi, in Cairo, in Singapore, in Hyderabad, etc. So all of these things have been put together for a reason. Now, we've also got an issue, if you like, with some of the larger companies looking at us and going, okay, don't kind of like what you've got going, because at the end of the day, this is going to cause problems for us, which is more than likely because this business model is different to anything else. It's a change. It's value for money and not just about profit. And we don't have shareholders that we have to contend with. So, and we know Mr. Mufara's plan about being able to put everything under one roof. And that's everything from the data center, so that we have our own data centers and be able to host our own products, etc. But that's gone one stage further. So we're very shortly going to be in a position where we could host the entire internet. That's how big the options are going to be. But it's products, it's the data centers, and hopefully at some point in the future it may well even be banking services and merchant services, so that we deal with everything we have within our business in-house. And in that respect, once it gets to that stage, we're already reaching the point of no return. We're a unicorn company at birth, which is unheard of, to be fair, but soon to become a super unicorn, certainly within the first year, which is just a phenomenal feat by any stretch of the imagination. But then, as I said, we've reached this point of no return, and the fact that all of the products themselves are waiting in the wings to be able to be released to us. So absolutely, we're unstoppable.
I think you're right there, Andy, because sometimes, like especially recently, a few people, when you look around, a few things that people are saying, you're just like, yeah, someone's giving up already, when there's actually no reason. When people look at, when you just look at OnPassive as the money or whatever, you don't see much. But you want to look at the history, like you were trying to list the things that have been happening since 2018. You have to look beyond the curtains. What is Ash and his team doing every day? The recruitment of the new staff and all of those, further, the more contracts they keep signing, like the police one that was recently signed, like many more on the way, the ones that they cannot tell us because they're not able to tell us this, to say it publicly and stuff like that. So when we look at that, let's look behind the curtains and see what they are doing, and just forget about what we are waiting for. Because when we look at just what we are waiting for, and if we've been listening to people who come to this platform and speak, somebody like Colin would say, to be honest, we are just a mini fraction of the people who actually are for this business. It was not built for people like you and myself, because we are just here to make money, right, and change our lives. But there are people who are actually coming only for this value, and those are the people that these products are being built for. They're anxiously waiting, And those are the people from where the wealth that we want to build and all those things are going to come from. Nothing has changed. The only thing is that the course might have changed, that there might have been a lot of distractions and digressions on the way, stumbling blocks and all of those, which we all know about, especially if we have been listening and following up on everything that's happening. But then nothing changes, because the good thing here, and when you think about businesses before OnPassive, before we came to know OnPassive, I know I tried one time where I put in 3,000 and the next morning it's gone till today. You know, you don't know where the CEO is. You've never seen the CEO. The money is gone. There's nobody to even explain anything to you. But every now and then your own CEO comes, says, listen, we tried this and it did not work, and this is what we are going to now. This is this other new thing we are doing. This is where we are now. As much, this is how much I can tell you. This is the level at which we are. So if you look at that, you still ask yourself, what do you think can stop OnPassive? And the answer is just nothing, Andy. That's what I think.
No, absolutely. It's interesting that, and this is down to a lot of the problems that have been caused by some of the early birds that became part of the company, if you like, or wanted to become part of the company 3, 4, 5 years ago. And unfortunately, the information that's been released has been to the extent that no, it wasn't supposed to be released, and you people just didn't listen. So now what they've done is they simply don't tell us. Now you could say that's a little unfair, but at the end of the day, it's not our business. It's not. We don't own the business. We are affiliates within the business. But there are going to be some perks along the way for those that actually have been paying attention, have been keeping engaged, and have been, understanding and learning more and more about what's going on. So there is so much more in the background that we just simply don't know. And that, I think, is really exciting, because the bits that we do know are phenomenal. We've got a video conferencing platform that is today fantastic, but when it's commercially released very shortly, it'll be even better than that. And you go, hold on a minute, there's no one that can compete with that. So, and there must be hundreds and thousands of companies waiting in the wings to take on that product, because it's simply value for money. It's far superior to what's available, but it's value for money. You don't have to pay, like Ash was paying over $10,000 for the two different ones that we used initially, because ours wasn't ready. And we now have a facility where up to 10,000 attendees is $125 a month. Well, that's outrageous. The other one was $6,500 for the same thing. So, it will break records. It will change thinking processes of many, many companies, and I'm really excited about that prospect. Now, if it means another couple of weeks, so be it. I haven't got a problem with that at all, because I know what's coming. But in the meantime, what's actually happening is all of the other things are being worked on, because once that is then released commercially, it'll go bang, 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 bang with all of these other products that are ready to go. And then it starts to get really interesting, and we'll start to see, thousands and thousands of customers come on board. But everything has to be in place. And we know we've had problems with the merchants, not only taking money in, but also paying money out. And that has to be made, sure it's absolutely perfect before we can do anything else, because there's nothing worse than wanting to take on a customer and not being able to take their money. So it has to be right. So yeah, if it takes a little longer, it takes a little longer. This is absolutely unstoppable as it is, and I'm excited by the prospect moving forward. And I know the future is extremely bright.
Same here, Andy, because sometimes Marty says this like a joke. We are waiting. People who started in 2018 have been waiting 5 to 6 years and stuff. But then the moment the floodgates are open, that we're stabilized and we're moving on, want to cash out from your OES, you will earn money that you have never earned through put together everything you've been earning throughout your life. It will never be up to that. What about that? So if you think about that, you're just like, let me spend this time and enjoy the ride, because things will never be the same again. You know, Auntie, you rightly said we were starting from the business perspective. Looking at all, when I listened to Chris Johnson this afternoon, you know, I was like, yes, because OnPassive, when you look from the other angle where you say it's unstoppable, even you and myself who are part of it, we're affiliates. None of us is unstoppable. Why? Because I don't need to market. I don't need to do anything much. I just need to do the basic things. I need to know how to sign up for a product, buy that product, put in my OES, know where to do cash in, cash out, know how to transfer money from the OES to my account and things like that, know how to track my business. That is all, because the rest at all is done for you and myself. And moreover, we are unstoppable. How? Because whether you're physically handicapped in any way, or you are even an illiterate, you've never been to school, you don't know anything, but as long as you can click and do all of those things, you are making it with OnPassive. So looking at it from any angle, you see that there is nothing standing on your way to success with OnPassive. So that's
absolutely. I listen. I love the fact that it can do the bits for me that I don't know how to or don't understand how to do. I love that. I love the concept. I love the simplicity of it, because in effect you've got an online store and they put the products in the store. You buy them one time, or some of them that are paid products, you buy them one time, and at the end of the day they then go and sell it for you. And it gives us that bit, that marketing bit, because this is Ash's speciality, if you like, the marketing side of things. So that's the bit I fall down on big time, because I know the amount of money that I've spent over the last 5 years trying to market has been a very costly exercise and has not got me very far. So yes, I'm looking forward to the fact that the company is going to help me with the bits that I don't understand, and that is just awesome.
Exactly, because you know it's just so good. You know, some of us, you grow out throughout your life. You ever had a passion, but you never had an opportunity maybe to see it come to pass and stuff like that. But this time around, we're just waiting for this minute to come where your business is hands-free, autopilot, and you have all the time. Whether you ever wanted to study or you wanted to do some particular thing for yourself, for your community, and so on, you have it all there, because you have all the possibilities, you have the tools, you have the services, and you have the means, the financial means, which is the backbone of every and anything at all. So on this note, I would give a last one from me, Andy. I'll just say that nothing has changed. The only thing that has changed might have been the course, that it's getting a bit longer than we thought and stuff, for obvious reasons, if we're following up with the CEO. So instead of going and searching up for on other stuff and trying to get discouraged and stuff, keep on updating yourself, because that's just the way to go. If you really want to be successful and be in this business and build legacy for your generations to come, you just need to sit there. You know, this is time for you to read a few blogs at the back office. This is time for you to go through even past messages of months ago from Ash that are out there, the summaries. You don't have to listen if you don't want to watch because they're too long. Read through something, because when you read from there and you call, say, Andy, I've just read through so and so thing from Ash and I don't understand what he means by this, Andy will definitely explain it to you. If he can't, he will say, hold on, let me check with Collins, let me check with Marty, let me check with Peter Rogers, let me check with one of the guys, and let's see, get a response to that. What about that? Because after this, you not have that time. So it's all done. Nothing has changed. And let's not forget, because people keep getting mixed up. So the extensions is for our benefit, but to the deficit of Ash. Because each time they extend our OCONNECT, Ash is paying for it. We normally are supposed, after activation, we are supposed to pay because it's a subscription-based business. But because Ash promised and want to keep to his word, as long as it takes for us to wait to be ready, he has decided to shoulder the cost of paying for the subscriptions. So let's not take this for granted and say, oh my God, they're extending this thing again. All right, as from after the next 10 days, if it's not ready, we will pay. How about that? What would you be saying then? So let's try to ask the reason why and get a why to why they're doing certain things, so that we don't go wrong, hurting somebody who's already working hard enough for you for no reason, because he's not supposed to do that anyway. So Angie, I'll end here. This is my last, and I'll leave the rest with you.
Okay, I think one of the points that Collins made some while ago is that there are, you know, normally a software company will work on one single product, and it has been known for that single product to take 12 years before it comes to market. Now that's a very long time, admittedly, but you've got to take into consideration that a lot of the software engineers realize that their job is on the line. As soon as that job is finished, they have to go find something else. They have to go and find another job. Now, Ash has made it clear to the the people at Hyderabad, no, you've got a job for life. So in what's been happening is the creation of over 50 products over half of that time, or less than half of that time. So to get it perfect and spot on means that when you go to market, you go bang, and the whole market just falls at your feet. Now, we also know that the likes of Microsoft brought out, you know, Windows 7, Windows 8, 9, 10, whatever it is now, I don't know. But every time it brings it out, it has bugs attached to it, which is why they keep sending you updates and updates and updates to try and rid the system of the bugs, rather than get it right to begin with. And I never understood that. But you know, that's exactly what's happening with OnPassive. So yeah, it is unstoppable. We are getting there, and it's just a matter of a short period of time now. So I'm very excited by that prospect, and I shall leave it as that. Thank you, Konfor.
Sure, Andy, we both are excited.